Yeah, meet me on the floor, on your back. You can extend your legs or not, right? You could just have your feet standing on the floor. Notice what each of those positions does relative to the sensation or the pressure around your sacrum. Few big deep breaths to begin. Follow the breath. Anchor attention to breathing in and out through your nose. Take another breath or two like that. Close attention, full inhale, full and complete exhalation. Then bring your knees up. So just feet off the floor, let the knees fall toward your chest. Drop both knees to the right. Let your head fall to the left. Bring your knees back up, drop knees to the left. Let your gaze fall to the right. Back and forth like that. And a couple of more to the right and the left. You feel just some warming action up and down the spine. So rotating your hips, rotating all of the spine and the spinal muscles. Good, and then come back to center, drop your feet to the floor and come into bridge pose. Arms down alongside you, enlist your arms as support. Press feet, exhale, tuck shoulders, tuck upper arms, hands together underneath you, or you're just holding onto the edges of your mat. Strong hold of your mat. Press feet, press to the soles of your feet. Same full big breath in and out once more. Good, separate the shoulders, spine to the floor, hips to the floor. And then if your weights are handy, let's grab your weights, either your 2, 3, 5 pound, 3 weights. You need a minute to grab them, take a minute to grab your weights. And we'll do a few rounds just on your back. You can really just isolate the work into where you're trying to work. Backs of the arms, entire upper back or shoulders, maybe the biceps. We'll start here, right, with the elbows over the shoulders, forearms and upper arms at 90 degrees at the elbows, and then lift straight up. 12. Okay, and then bring the elbows wide, the weights kind of even with your collarbones, and then push straight up. Good. Feel a little heat building in your arms and shoulders. And then try 12, starting with your arms down alongside you. And you take the weight up and over in a big arc over your head. Like bridge pose arms, when we move dynamically in and out of bridge pose, just the arms with the weights. And make it strong. So try to keep the elbows as close to fully extended as you can. If you don't lock your elbows, try to keep the arms long. Good. Last one. Nice. And then let the backs of the hands rest with your weights in your hands, a little bit away from your sides, and then just curl toward the shoulders. Okay, set the weights down, bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, and then twirl your hands, make little infinity waves or shapes with your knuckles. Little wrist release and go the other way. Yeah, good. And then let's come from your back over onto your side, and then from your side up onto your hands and your knees. Let's bend, keep the left knee bent, right? So you're going to take your left foot to face the ceiling. The knee stays bent, and then you open it out and you pull the knee up toward your shoulder. And then go back and fully extend through the heel. So extend the leg and then bend the knee and then bring the knee to the shoulder and go back. And pull toward your shoulder and then back. Four more, we'll do 10, modify it in any way you need to. Lower knee. Good, so activating outer hips here, outer hips, and then switch when you're ready to switch. Pick up the left foot, knees bent, the right knee comes to the right shoulder, and then extend back, and then bend, and then wide, and then back. Five more. And bring yourself to a seat. With your legs forward. Put a little space between your knees and your mat, and then reach your arms up over your head. Forward fold. Paschimottanasana. Finish this breath, take one more. Yeah, bring your spine back to upright. Bring your feet to stand on the floor. Bring your hands behind you, right? You can use fists for this if you don't want to be kind of fully planted in the palm, if that's too much pressure on your wrist, but you can also turn your hand in any direction, right? That allows you to get the most palm to the floor if you're going to be in your palms. And then you're going to take a breath in, and then on the exhale, just lift the hips. Inhale, lower the hips, not quite all the way. And exhale and come up. A little wider with your hands if you need more space through the shoulders. We'll do 5 more. Good. Lower the hips. Let the arms go. And just come forward into a comfortable seat. Roll your shoulders in both directions. Good. And then same palms, same hands, same feet. Come back up into the reverse tabletop and hold it. Take 5 breaths. Hips as high as you can. Keep your hips lifted. If you want to drop your head back, that can ease some of that strain in your neck. One more breaths, 2 more. And lower the hips. Yeah, go back to Paschimottanasana with your legs extended, your arms overhead. Stretch the legs, stretch the back, stretch the arms and the shoulders. One more breath in the fold. Good. Yeah, and then spine comes up. Let's cross. Come forward into all fours again. Bring one foot under, bring the other foot under. And then from the Uttanasana forward fold, from the standing forward fold, roll up through your spine. Take a nice long full inhale, exhale to come up. Reach back, reach up, all the way overhead, hands together there, side bend. One way on the exhale. Inhale, come up, exhale, go the other way. Once more. Good. And let the arms come down. And then grab your weights again. Start here. Okay, with the palms turned away from you, out from you. Lift straight up to the shoulders, 12. And then turn the palms to face you. Start with the weights right in front of your thighs. Lift straight up to the collarbones. Good. And then take a little bit of a squat, bend knees, bend at the hips, bring the shoulders forward, elbows close to your sides, straight back. Then you're back to standing up. Here, right, you can be close to you and then wide. If you go a little further away from you, it's just a little more work. Two more. Good. And set those down. Take a wide stance. Bring the arms like eagle pose with your toes turned out, arms in a bind like eagle, soft knees, fold. Let the weight of the arms pull toward the floor. One more breath. Let the arms go. Roll back up. Take the opposite eagle bind of your arms and then go back down into a fold. 5 breaths. Let the arms go. Roll your spine back up to stand. And then turn back your left heel. Turn out your right foot. Find warrior 2 in your legs. A little stretch. There. Work at the same time, simultaneous, with a feeling of stretch, of space. And then go wide with your arms. Inhale, exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, reach up, extend, side angle. 2 more. Good, and then you're up, extend the front knee, lower your arms, turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out. Same pose here in the legs. See if you look for the same quality. Stretch, work, stance, all those things, alignment, arms wide, take a breath in. Exhale, reverse. 5 more rounds. Once more. Turn to warrior 2. Extend the left knee. Turn in the left toes. Your feet back and underneath your hips. And then take your weights again. You're going to give a little bend to your knees. See if you can. Hold the weights out in front of you. Lift 10 times. All that extra work, the farther away the weights are from you, the more, right, you're going to feel. So then bring your hands together behind you, interlace your fingers, come to a fold, lift the arms up and away off your back. One more breath. Lower the arms, grab the weights once more, but this time wide, little bitty lift. Carefully, slowly, all the way down. Those 2 5-pound weights feel very, very heavy. Take a breath. Any way you feel like you want to just stretch out through your arms, out through shoulders. You want to internally rotate. This is where cow face pose arms start to feel, you really start to kind of notice the benefit of this sort of counter movement of your shoulder, of your arm around your back. Yeah, let the arms go. And then you're going to grab your weights one more time, but you're just gonna let them kind of weight like ballast in your hands. Okay. And then that's where you sit and stand up. Weights can be next to you. You can drop in front of your knees or your feet. Two more. Oh. Set the weights down. Come back to a seat. Any comfortable cross of your legs, any position for your legs that you can take a seated twist from. Right, so you can have the foot standing on the floor. You can bring the other opposite foot crossed over behind the hip and cross this complicated foot over to the other side of the thigh if you like. You can just sit in easy pose, but give yourself 4 or 5 breaths, rotate your spine. Yeah, 5 breaths, switch the cross. Let the twist go. Have your weights close to you once more. And then let's just roll slowly down. Take as long as you can. See how long you can take to get yourself all the way back down onto your back. Okay, then we'll go back through that the first set that we did on your back with your weights. Okay, so back to triceps. Well, tricep flexion, and then weights right in line with the collarbones, push straight up. And then that big arc, right? If you feel like your elbows, if you feel strain in your elbows at all, or where the forearm attachment comes at the elbow, bend, put a little more bend in your elbows. So modify in any way you feel like you want to modify. Any pain or strain at the elbow could be an indication that this is too much weight. And this is like twice the work of anything you do where your weights are just closer to you. This is a lot more work. So it could be a lot more strain on those muscles. So it's always okay to just drop down to 3s for these where the weights are far away from you. Going to 12. If you can do 12, do 12. And that last one, right, should feel like a bit of a break. Just bicep curl, backs of the arms on the floor, lift the forearms, bring the weights to the biceps, weights to the shoulders. Let's add the weights down. Bring your hips up off the floor and take your right forearm between your waist and the floor, and then set your hips back down. So lumbar spine, curve of your lumbar spine over your right forearm. Let's take 3 more breaths and we'll switch arms. Lift the hips, lift the spine. Swap right arm for left arm. Nice, so bring the hips up, bring the spine up off of the left arm, or just let your arms come down by your sides for a moment and just feel what is there to feel. You might still be aware of a little bit of just heat or a little bit of pulse, or more sensation in the muscles of your upper arms. And then let's take the right arm overhead. Long overhead, lift the head, bend the right elbow, bend at the elbow, and then bring left hand to right elbow, push your feet, push into your feet so that the weight of your head just goes a little more deeply into resting on your forearm. And drop your hips. One more breath on this side, and then we'll switch. Up right arm for left arm. 5 big breaths. Yeah, let your head roll away from your left arm. Let the arms go. Just bring your knees into your chest. Take your hands together behind your right thigh. Take your right heel to the ceiling. Lift through the heel, extend the calves, extend the back of the knee, open the back of your knee. Switch legs. Bring both legs up. If you want to, bend the knees wide, out past the rib cage. You can reach through and around the backs of the legs, or just reach up across the fronts of the shins, taking the toes or the outer edges of the feet. A deeper stretch here through the legs, through the pelvis, hip release, hip opening. Good. Let the feet go so that the legs can re-extend. So lift through your heels. Then relax the feet, relax the ankles, just let your legs be up. Two more breaths here. Those legs hanging out upside down. Okay, and then we'll rest in comfortable resting position. I'm gonna grab my chair and have my feet and my lower legs up on my chair. I have a little bit of swelling over top of my left foot. I'm gonna have my feet up. Fly however you feel comfortable. Any props, minimal props. We want our yoga practice to help us rest well, to rest consciously, to rest mindfully. So letting go of distraction, or close your eyes here. Of course, you can close your eyes. Letting go of any effort, any will, any effort to make your breath feel a certain way. Make nothing specific about your breath. Just keep coming back. Even I still catch myself constricting my throat, extending exhalation, almost absent-mindedly. Be minded about how much effortlessness allow your breath to have. Take another 2 or 3 here, 2 or 3 more breaths. Bring your knees in one last time. Knees to chest, coming over onto your side. And then up from your side. Taking just a moment, a quick moment, just to close your practice, always coming back to honoring your intention, purpose, the goal, whatever it is that motivates you to keep coming back. Namaste. Thank you as always for your time, for your attention. It's my honor and privilege to get to guide us once again. Until we meet again.